Yo, greetings. Greetings, guys. Greetings. All right, we're going to do a little something that I did the other day. We're going to get into some critiques, man. I'm going to help you guys learn what your calories should be, man. What your intake should look like for the goal that you have. Wait till a few more people get in here. If y'all can hear me and see me, type one in the chat. Just want to make sure y'all can hear me. You know what I'm saying? What up? Okay, we got the Leah. What up? Brandon, what up? All right, y'all can hear me. So basically, what we're gonna do today, guys, is you have a goal and you want my help. What I need you to do is type your stats in the chat. I'm gonna tell you exactly how many calories that you need to consume for your goal. Okay. So what we need is three things, right? Well, four things. My bad. I need your age, gender, height, and weight. You type that in the chat. Tell me what your goal is. I tell you exactly what you need to do. Okay. Let's get into it. Divine. I'm looking to shed fat and maintain muscle. What food should I be eating? Well, motherfucker, I just said if you give me your stats, I can tell you how many calories you should be consuming. The foods is up to you. Once I get your stats, right, I can tell you your calories. So I need your age, gender. Well, I think Devin's a guy. So age, height, and weight. You put those in the chat. I'll tell you exactly what you need to do. Okay, Diddy Gang. Greetings. Let me get IG in here too, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want not allowing questions today, keeping you big as hell. I mean, you guys can do questions if you got questions, man. That's cool too. All right, so my man's is 33. His height is 5'7". All right, so 5'7", and he's 225, and he wants to lose body fat. So what I'm doing is I'm calculating your BMR, right? And for those who are not initiated, BMR is your basal metabolic rate, right? So when you get that, you can determine like where you need to actually focus your goal calories at in relation to how many calories your body burns by itself. So your BMR, bro, is 1900 calories. So if you want to lose fat, all you gotta do, this would be my recommendation, consume slightly less than that 1900 because your body's gonna do the rest. And then allow the deficit with the calories in conjunction with your activity actually create the deficit to lose fat. So all it is take your 1900, right? What if you was my client, I'd tell you to just do 200 calories less than that. So 1700 calories, right? You take that 1700, you consume that, and within that 1700, at least get 170 grams of protein, right? You do that, you get you a gallon of water every single day, 1700 calories, 170 grams of protein, a gallon of water every day. You're gonna come back next week and you're gonna tell me how much fat you done lost. Okay? so so that's my synopsis. That's what I think you should do. That would be my advice. Guys, if you want me to give you your calories next, type your goal, age, height, and weight in the chat and I got you. Yeah, Joe, I just did, man. Comment. Uh, will Coach Cory bulk? Not the way that y'all talking about bulking. Like I do mini bulks. Like I spend a couple weeks, maybe 2 to 3 weeks max in the surplus, and then I go right back into maintaining or getting lean from there. Reason being is I am not about to be out here increasing my body fat like crazy just to put on a couple more pounds of muscle, man. That's some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? I need to be able to be shirtless year round if I want to. So yeah, you will never find me out here getting fat for the winter. That's some bullshit. All right, Bald Jeff says he's 52. All right, yo, Bald Jeff, I can't do it. You ain't tell me what your goal is, bro. I need your goal too. All right, here we go. Watts. All right, we can do Watts. So Watts is 38. He's 320. He wants to be 225, so he wants to lose weight, and he's 5'9". All right, so Watts. So all you got to do, Watts arrangements. You ready? So your BMR, right? The amount of calories your body burns by itself is 2,300. All you got to do, right, is consume slightly less than 2,300 calories, right? So if you was my client, right, anybody in the 300 club, I'm chopping they calories away from their BMR 2 to 300 calories. So I would get aggressive with you. I'd be like, all right, 300 calories less than your BMR, because we know your body's gonna burn 2,300. So if we consume 2,000, we're certainly going to create a calorie deficit every day of at least 300. And you do that for a whole week, that's 2,100 calories in a deficit. That combined with exercise, you should be able to lose some fat every single week, right? All you got to do, 2,000 calories, at least get 200 grams of protein minimum, right? And get you a gallon of water every day. You're going to lose all kinds of fat, okay? All right, just come back and thank me once you're done. I got you. I got you. Okay, I was gonna let Instagram in here too, man, but I don't know. I don't know. Should I let Instagram in here? All right. EA PDX. I'm 5'7", 293. I want to start exercising and eating better. I want to start slow. What would you recommend? Like I could do your BMR real quick. How old are you, man? EA, PDX, because the thing you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to figure out what your calories should be first. That's what I'm doing today. I'm giving everybody their calories, so you know exactly what your scoreboard should look like. So like when you think about going somewhere you've never been before, right? What do you need? You need a motherfucking address, right? Because you get the address, you punch that into the GPS, and then you can drive, right? You know where you're going because now you have a direction to drive to. A lot of you guys are just talking about, yeah, just eat right and eat healthy and exercise, right? And that's vague as hell. That's like if you was like coming to visit me and I was like, yeah, man, just drive to Florida. Like eventually you'll get there, right? Like, no. I need direction. Like I need an address, right? That is what you need. You need your motherfucking address, and your address is calories. All right, so you're 34. I got you, bro. You're 34. You're 5'7", and you 293. So all you gotta do, let me go ahead and simplify this shit for you. Your body burns 2,200 calories on its own. That's your BMR, right? I would just say come slightly underneath that. Maybe consume a smooth 200 calories, maybe 300 calories less than that, right? Maybe go 2,000. 2,000 calories, right? With that, consume at least 200 grams of protein, and then you get at least a gallon of water, maybe even a gallon and a half because you're a bigger guy in every day. You do that, you're gonna melt fat. The fat gonna be falling off at your ankles, man. You know what I'm saying? Who wants their calories done next? Go ahead, type your age, your height, and your weight in the chat. I got you. Uh, want to go a hard challenge for $500? I don't know what that means. I'm trying to eat healthy and lose weight. What do you recommend? Uprising. I recommend you stop talking about vague ass goals like eat healthy and lose weight. Set a weight target and actually have a calorie goal. That's what I'm doing today. If you want your calories, right? I can give you exactly what you should have for your goal. Just tell me your age, your height, and your weight, and I'll calculate it for you. Uh, all right. So here go one. Gregory, he's 234. He wants to get to 200. All right. So you're 234, and you didn't give me your height. So I don't know. I need your age, height, and weight. So I could only do it if I got age, height, and weight. Oh, the homie crazy is a bear. All right, so he's 10 feet. Can you really be? Are there people that are 10 feet, man? I don't think that's real. I think he just looked up how much does a bear weigh online. Corey, if you bulk only for a few weeks, it won't be long enough time frame to build noticeable amounts of muscle. Yeah, that's the thing, man. If I bulk for a few weeks, right, and I do it every month, by the end of the year, I would have equated to what most people do when they do months worth of bulks, right, by the end of the year. So cumulatively, I will gradually build the muscle without accumulating a bunch of excess body fat, like a lot of these fat motherfuckers do, right? But again, the thing is, my goal is not to be the most muscular guy in the gym. That's never been my goal. My goal is just to look great in my clothes, out of my clothes, be fit, healthy, and be able to, educate other motherfuckers on how to do it. Right? So you know what I'm saying? It's just never been my goal to be like the most muscular guy in the gym. If that was the case, I wouldn't be talking to y'all right now. I'll be at the gym. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be coaching. I would just be bodybuilding. All right, all right. What do you think of fermented foods? I don't think about them. Guys, if you want me to do your calories for you, you gotta tell me what your goal is too. Some of y'all just typing like my man's Vince type 20, 6 foot, 161. I don't know what your goal is, bro. What are you looking to achieve? Did you lose 50 pounds of fat or mostly just water? Uh, I don't know, man. You look at the pictures and you tell me what you think. You know what I'm saying? Go look at the before and after pictures, man. You tell me if you think it was just water or not. Does creatine make you bloat? Nah, man. Creatine makes you hold water in your muscles, not the outside of your muscles. The outside of your muscles, you held water that way, you would bloat. But that's not the case with creatine. Uh, Sandy says you motivate me. I'm glad I can. Thoughts on homemade mass scanners for bulking? A homemade mass scanner is just like maybe making a big smoothie or a big shake with like stuff like oats or like coconut oil and shit. It's way better than the shit you buy in a supplement store, man. That shit is trash. Starting streams keeping you big as hell. Possibly, right? Possibly. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So the homie AK Dark is he's 20. Okay, young buck. He's 6 foot and he wants to lose fat because he's 274. Yeah, you got some work to do, brother. And you want to get to 235. So for you, AK Dark, your calories, so your basal metabolic rate, your body burns 2,300 calories on its own, right? So all you gotta do is just go slightly south of that, right? Maybe come in maybe 300 calories less than that. I would coach you like 200 calories less than that to start. So maybe go like, smooth 2100, maybe even 2,000 if you want to go a little more aggressive. And then just get at least 200 to 210 grams of protein with at least a gallon of water every day. You do that, hey man, you're gonna come back to the next live talking about how much fat you done lost, man. Thank you, Corey. I appreciate the information. Hey man, it's something light, man. It's no problem. It's no problem. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. Brother, any recommendations on a creatine supplement? Yeah, man, just get creatine monohydrate, bro. It don't matter what brand. It don't matter whose logo is on it. It does not fucking matter. All creatine monohydrate is essentially about the same, right? Some of them are a little more clean, pure ingredients. Some of them got flavor. Some of them don't. Just go for the basic creatine monohydrate, man. It ain't no one brand that's better than others, man. One thing I will say is creatine monohydrate is superior, in relation to, the other creatines as far as like its effectiveness from a scientific study perspective. Those other ones haven't been studied as much as creatine has. Sandy, is water fasting healthy? Yeah, I would say so. Like I do it, what I'm saying? I do it all the time. And I coach my clients to do it like all the time, several weeks. I got some clients right now. Like one of my guys, the record holder in my program is a guy named Brennan Hagensy from Chicago, Illinois. He lost 80 pounds in 4 months with us, and he only really eats 3 days a week. He's doing two 48-hour fasts, and we put one at the beginning of the week and another one like midway through the week. And so doing that safely for the last like 3 months, it's literally nothing but good things happening to that brother. All right, all right, all right. So we got what are some foods that can aid in weight growth during puberty? Um, when you say weight growth, what do you mean? Like you're talking about like just building muscle, like putting on size? Because really, it's just a product that like you consuming more calories than you're burning. So really, like if you want your stats, just let me know your age, height, and weight. I can tell you exactly how many more calories you need versus your current metabolic rate. Height growth. Yeah, I don't, yo, height is genetics, man. Height is genetics, man. I don't know that you can eat a special food to get taller. And if it is, tell me about it, man. Let me let me learn how to get taller. You might need to look at what these NBA players was eating, man, because I didn't get that much height, man. I'm only 5'10". What about dry fasting? I would never recommend dry fasting personally. I know some people that do, but I personally would not tell somebody like, "Hey, don't drink any water and fast." I think that's a recipe for like disaster, headache, fatigue, you know, motherfucking just not being able to like lethargy, like not being able to focus. It's just not gonna be a good time for you. Um, all right, here we go. Manny put his stats in there. So Manny's 25, guys. Manny's 25 years old. He's 6'7". Hey, maybe Manny need to put in the chat what he was eating in puberty, man, because he's tall as hell. And he's 300 pounds, and he wants to get down to the 260 club. So pretty simple, man. Right now, your BMR, so your body burns at rest 2,500 calories. So all you gotta do to lose this weight is like consume less than that and just exercise, right? Train hard. Because here's the thing, like your body's gonna burn 2,500 by itself. So if you come like right underneath that, you're certainly in a deficit nutritionally, and then anything you do activity wise is an additional deficit. So what I would do, I was coaching you, right? I say, all right, come 300 calories less than that, right? Because you over 300, like just go ahead, just chop that down. So instead of 2,500 calories, right, you consume 2,200, right? We know we in a 300 calorie deficit there. Of that 2,200, at least get 200 to 220 grams of protein, right? Get somewhere in that range, and get at least a gallon to a gallon and a half of water every day. Yo, man, if you do that every day, man, you're gonna get ripped up. You know what I'm saying? Just holla at me, man. Let me know let me know You know how successful it is once you see that success, man. Rooting for you, man. Uh, Fat gain is fully a manner of calories. Yeah, yeah. You eat too much fucking food, your body stores the remainder. Thunderlord. People need to realize that abs are the same as any other muscle. You need to train them to make them look good. I would agree with that statement. Corey, I got a question, man. If I don't work out for 1 week, but I train intensely at least 2 to 3 times a week, will I lose gains? You don't lose gains in a week, but it's like what you do consistently is what determines your results in life. So if you consistently train and you got a good foundation of muscle on you, it's 52 weeks in a year. If you're training the other 51 and you miss one, like that's not gonna like completely cancel out what you did the other 51 weeks of the year. So I think you really just got to look at it like that. Like it's about the compounding effect of your habits over time, really. And so if you're just consistent, like you can comfortably take a week away. Not encouraging that, right? 'Cause, I mean, I don't remember the last time I took a week off, bro. Like I've been doing this shit consistently since 2015, so 9 years now. Like I ain't took a week off yet. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to take a week off, but if you want to, it's not going to completely set you back. I want to know if tea makes you fat. Why would tea make you fat? Tea doesn't make you fat. Overconsuming calories makes you fat. So if your overconsumption of calories is due to consuming additional calories from the tea that you're drinking, then yeah, you can get fat from that, but the tea alone will not make you fat, if that's what you're asking, right? Same with coffee, right? Coffee doesn't make you fat in it by itself, but if you add in all these fucking creamers and sugars and macchiatos and frappuccinos, right? All of that stuff. You adding that to your your shit. Yeah, yeah, you can jack the calories up very quickly. Next thing you know, you big as hell, you know. Or the homie talking about basement Cheeto nerd. I don't know what that means. My man's put 3 spoons of sugar in his coffee and cream in his coffee. Man, you don't even know the calories on that. It sounds like you just drinking excess calories. Have no idea how that shit's impacting you. With intermittent fasting, what period of time between last meal and my next meal? I'm not sure. I know what you're asking. I've been around 1,300 to 1,500 calories a day. Too low? Manny, are you a I think I just gave you your calories. I don't think it was that low. So I mean, you just going more aggressive than what I would prescribe. Typically, but that's not to say that you can't still have success. It just means that you may be going more aggressive than you need to at this stage. Uh, Blue nag. It's just simple facts. I don't know why you're getting mad. I'm trying to be helpful. I don't know what this guy's talking about. 6 foot 18, 233, want to be 22. All right, so Gregory, I got you, man. So you are 18, young buck, 233, 6 foot. All right. So, my brother, you are in a good space, man. Your BMR is 2100, 21, right? So all you got to do is come slightly beneath that. So the rule of thumb is I would say maybe, 200 calories less than that, maybe a little bit more, but like 200 is a good place to start. That's what I usually recommend for my clients. You come in at around 1900 calories daily, what I'm saying, comfortably consume a gallon of water, 190 grams of protein, right? Every day, you're gonna lose fat, man. You do that, man. Just holla at me when you get your first victory. Does white bread make you fat? Nah, man. Bread don't make you fat, man. Eating too many fucking calories makes you fat. Bread is just a food source, man. If you only eat bread, right, you out here spiking your insulin all day, your body's just shoving glucose in your muscles and cells, you never burn it off, you know, yeah, you can get fat. But the bread alone is not the cause of that. It's the overconsumption in relation to the activity. What's the highest possible bench press for any natty lifter? I don't know the answer to that. I think you'd have to really look at like the Olympics for that, because like those are some of the strongest guys. The power lifters, the people who really just emphasize getting as strong as possible. I mean, I've seen some crazy bench numbers, man. I got some homies who can bench like 500 plus pounds. I personally, when you think about bench press, man, it's one of the few lifts, like the big three or whatever, like that I have found that like doesn't really translate that much to real life that much. So I don't have a tremendous need, to really be out here pressing like almost like 500 plus pounds, Because when are you ever gonna be on your back and need to press something off you that's that heavy? Never. Like unless you got a big ass girlfriend, right? Which I don't. Right? My girlfriend is like 120 pounds, man. Um, what we got? What we got? What we got? When you started weightlifting, how did you make sure your form was on point? When I started, my form was not on point. So unfortunately, I developed a lot of like pain, a lot of injuries. But I'm gonna teach you guys the right way, right? So you see in my videos, I'm demonstrating the proper form a lot of the times. So definitely watching like people who actually are demonstrating the movement the appropriate way. That's one way. But the one tip I give anybody who wants to have the best form when they're doing exercises is just slow down. Just slow down the repetition. Slow down the pace at which you do the movements. And next thing you'll know, you'll actually start to feel the muscles actually doing the work instead of your joints, right? Because over time, you can get away with bad form. Your joints absorb that shock, but after a while, you start developing joint pain, right? And it's just a side effect of just poor form over the years. So to avoid that, you obviously want to, just be out here, slow, controlled movement, slow, controlled movement. Because what that will do is that will essentially just like force the muscles to have to control the weight instead of your joints. Super Toad Show is 7'8". Damn, you tall. 7'8". My man is a giant. Can I borrow some of that height? 475. Okay, and you 54. Want to lose some weight? Okay. So you are in a pretty interesting spot. Being that tall, you have a high ass BMR. Okay, because you're that tall, you your body by itself burns 3,350 calories, right? So all you got to do is just come south of that. Now, if I was coaching you, because you are exceptionally, large human being. Now, I've coached guys in 600 pounds, right? I would have you come down more aggressive than most people with your BMR, right? I would say we should come down your BMR somewhere around maybe 400, 500 calories less than that, right? Now, some people in the chat, oh my God, that's so crazy. Shut up. Shut that shit up, man. Listen, you got big goals. You got to go aggressive sometimes, right? And my man's is 400 something pounds. He's got plenty of energy on his body. So what I would say is, go 400 calories less than that or so. So that puts you around like 2900. You consume. You're probably not gonna get like that much protein in relation to that. You probably, bottom out on protein around, 200, maybe 250 grams of protein, and just consume at least a gallon and a half to 2 gallons of water every day. You do that, you're gonna melt fat, bro. it's gonna be it's gonna be all kind of fat coming off your body. You know what I'm saying? As a beginner, what exercises should I start with for fat loss? There's not any specific exercises that will burn fat. People who tell you that are just telling you that there are certain movements that burn more calories than others. So, like, for example, what burns the most calories? Using the most muscle groups, right? So the movements that use the most muscle groups are the movements that actually lead to you like burning more calories and potentially losing more fat. But the fat loss is a side effect of making sure that you actually dial in with the nutrition. That's why I'm giving y'all calories and macros today. You know what I'm saying? Albert says he's not fat no more. That's great, man. Don't be fat. To give you your calories, guys, I need your age, your height, and your weight. Does being on an airplane make you fat? Not being on the airplane, but like not burning calories, right? Not burning as many calories as you consume, or consuming more than you burn, that makes you fat. What do you use to cook your meat with? Pause. That's a wild ass question to ask, brother. Uh, I don't use oil or butter, man. Use cooking spray. Cooking spray. You guys typing your stats in the chat. You gotta tell me what your goal is too, right? So if you type your age, your height, and your weight, that's cool. But what's your goal? Uh, do you like ranch on your meat? Pause. That's why. What do you respond to people on? I'm responding to you right now. What are you talking about? All right, here we go. Here we go. 5'9", 40 years old. And 230 wants to lose weight. All right. So you, my friend, CNO, your calories, so your BMR is 1900. I mean, your body burns 1900 calories by itself. So all you have to do is go slightly less than that on your caloric intake goal to lose some fat. So if I was coaching you, I'd just say, hey man, let's just 200 calories less than that, and then let the deficit do the rest as far as the training itself. So you come in consuming 1700, right? I would recommend you at least consume 170 grams of protein with that 1700 and get at least a gallon of water in every day. You lose a ton of fat, bro. And just come back and tell me how much success you saw once you did. That's funny. Word, word. Your bio says your target audience is men. Do you coach women at all? Do you have any recommendations? I love your vids. Yeah, I coach women. If you go to the website, you'll see a bunch of ladies I've transformed. It's been like hundreds now of women, but only the toughest ones, only the tough ladies, right? No softies. Ain't gonna be no coddling. You know what I mean? None of that over here. um, I mean, the recommendations though, it's not different. Like it's not different, female to male, in terms of like just the basic biological stuff, right? Like I talk to men just because I'm a man, so I understand, the things that we go through a little bit more. But like what it takes to lose fat as a woman or build muscle as a woman, it works the same. Y'all just, produce more estrogen than us. And, you know what I mean? Y'all, have smaller frames. So, for example, if I'm doing people's BMR right now, the amount of calories I give a man at a certain size is not going to be the same calories I give a woman at that size because she doesn't likely have as much lean tissue. So it's really just like finding out what your goal is and then getting a target structure that gets you to that goal, right? Don't be out here just doing a bunch of random shit, just piecing together things, winging it. I see a lot of ladies and guys that, I coach, the biggest problem they face is that they just out here taking random bits of advice, and creating their own plan. But it's like, why would you do that? Like, why would you create a plan in an area you're not an expert? You know what I'm saying? That'd be like if you want to build a house and you got a motherfucking blueprint, right? That somebody drafted up, and with no experience laying bricks or building foundations or building roofs, you just was like, yo, I'm just I'm gonna just grab some tools, man, and figure this shit out. Like that's what I find people doing with their fitness and nutrition, just out here figuring shit out, and a lot of the times it just keeps you where you at. You know, meat or fish, uh, both are fine. 8x asking this questions. Check out the website. I've used some of your tips. Thank you for posting. No problem. 925 AMG, whatever that means. AMG. That sounds like a car. Shout out to you. I'm glad that this stuff's been helpful. All right, I'm gonna do another BMR real quick, another calorie check. So the homie, all right, so here we go. Here we go. So my man is 27 years old, 6'4". Uh, he was 600 pounds. Congratulations for turning your motherfucking life around, man. I'm excited to hear that you was able to go from 600, lost 250, so now you're 350, and you want to get to 200. So this is an interesting case because you're 350. Now, if you lost that weight, and you lost a ton of muscle when you did it, like you ain't been out here strength training, this number I give you could be skewed. I've seen that. I've seen guys who were really big, lost a lot of weight, and didn't strength train to do it, and their BMR is actually slightly less than like what the prescribed one that you can find on the internet. Because I'm just using like a little free calorie counter over here real quick to find you guys' BMR. So what I see for you, bro, is this 2,600 calories. So your body should be burning that on its own. So all you gotta do is come slightly less than that. If I was coaching you, I say go like 300 calories less than that. So go 2,300, right? And then within that 2,300, at least consume 200 to 230 grams of protein, keeping your gallon and a half, maybe 2 gallons of water a day. Now, if you do that, you should lose some weight within the first week. If you don't, then you may need to actually, slightly, like you might need to go lower than that, which is cool if you're a bigger guy because you got some wiggle room. But if you got to go lower, that just means you slow down your metabolism when you was out here losing the weight. But you should be lifting weights no matter what. You guys are wild in the chat. The chat is wilding right now. All right, guys. I'm about to get out of here in a second. See, can I do anyone? Okay, so Sandy, I got you. I wanted to do at least a lady. All right, so here's a good example. Sandy says, I want to lose about 15 pounds and get to 130. I've tried everything but can't lose anything. What can I do? This is all you got to do, Sandy. Get your notes. Write this shit down, right? Because I'm about to fix this for you. So you're 33, 5'7", and you weigh 145. So I want to be clear. All the calorie counters out there is going to tell you some dumb shit about how many calories you should be consuming. Okay? I'm about to tell you the real shit. As a woman, your height, your size, your BMR is somewhere around 1,400 calories. Okay? All you got to do is consume 1,200 calories a day, right? On 120 grams of protein, right? Making sure to at least get a gallon of water in a day. Now, I know what you're thinking because I've just had a conversation with one of my new clients, Pauline, earlier this week. She started, she's similar height and size to you. I put her on 1,200 calories as well. She's like, oh my God, how am I going to survive on so little food? And I was like, trust the process, motherfucker. I've been doing, no, I ain't talked to her like that. I was like, hey, listen, I've been doing this a long time, almost a decade, right? Trust me on this. The consumption of the high amount of protein within that 1,200 is going to make it to one or two things is going to happen. One, you're going to hit them calories and you're going to like be so full that you're not going to want more. Or two, you're not even going to hit the calories because you're going to get so full chasing that 120 grams of protein. And so you're going to come in at even less calories, right? You're going to come in even lower than the 1,200, But a lot of these influencers or calorie counting apps, a lot of them, who ain't got no motherfucking transformations on their accounts like I do, they gonna tell you need to be eating like 1,500, 1,800 calories. Nah, that's bullshit. You're not even that big of a human. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to do that. So I guarantee, Sandy, you gonna just do that this week. Just do it from today till next Sunday. I guarantee you'll lose a few pounds this week if you do that every single day. 1,200 calories, 120 grams of protein every day, and at least consume a gallon of water. Next week, you're going to come back and be like, yo, I lost so much weight. Yeah. You was eating too fucking much. Right. Hopefully that's helpful. What's up? Stop cussing. My parents are eating meat. Nah, man. I'm just keep saying what the fuck I want to say. I'm gonna do what I want to do, man. All right. Oh, here's a good one. I answer this and then I gotta go. Cory, what's more important, fiber intake or protein intake? I think they're both important. I think protein, to me, it supersedes fiber intake because you actually don't necessarily need dietary fiber to live. It helps with digestion. It helps with your gut health. But in the absence of that, let's just say you went, straight up just eating protein and fats and you never consume fiber, you'll be fine. Your body will figure it out in most cases. But like fiber is important, right? I'm not diminishing the importance of it. I just think it's not as important as protein because protein is an essential macro. Like without protein or dietary fats, you die. But fiber is not essential. Carbs aren't essential either. But that's not to say that they don't have value, right? It just means that you can survive without. So protein first, fiber second. Fiber should be somewhere around like 30 grams, 25 to 30 grams if you're looking to lose fat every day. You do that, you're gonna be satiated, full. You're not even gonna be thinking about reaching for more food. All right, y'all. I gotta roll. If you want me to go live again this week, type 1 in the chat. I just want to know if y'all want to see me come through and do some more Q&As. If you like it when I come on and give you guys your calories, type 2. I just want to see how many of you guys actually found value in me giving you your calorie, goal and what to focus on. If that was helpful, type 2. Okay. Okay, so we're going to bring them both back. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all coming through. Hopefully this was helpful. Until the next one. Peace.